That is a huge fire. Huge.
Like, so fast.
Their houses are too close here. They're too close to each other.
Well, I just don't know how they're going to stop this. With the wind blowing and everything so dry, I put out 3 fires on this grass.
They'll get enough people involved in it, and
I just talked to the poor guy with his 2 dogs.
I know.
Were you standing there when I was talking? That's the guy that right there. His garage that first blew up. Or the smoke was coming out of his garage. His neighbors knocked on doors.
And there's animals in there.
Well, he's got his 2 dogs.
Oh.
I don't know about. But 9 minutes from when someone saw smoke in the garage to this. It was 9 minutes.
9 minutes?
9 minutes.
This is insane. It's so is 2023.
So look out.
Hopefully they get this under control. Three houses. Oh, now it's gonna be 4 houses? Holy shit. This is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Let's get back here. Let's get back. This is unbelievable. 4 houses now. 4 houses engulfed. This is... I can't believe this. It's raining ash down on us.
And he answered me, saying, The Most High have made this world for many, but the world to come for few. I will tell thee a similitude, Esdras. As when thou askest the earth, it shall say unto thee, that it giveth much mold, whereof earthen vessels are made, but little dust that gold cometh of. Even so is the course of this present world. There be many created, but few shall be saved. Before I begin this lesson, first and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to our Heavenly Father, whose name is YAHAWAH, and His only begotten Son, whose name is YAHAWASHI, to the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, our forefathers. Shalom to the hopeful elect of Israel. Next, double honors to the elders, the bishops, and the apostles of the great millstone, the one who taught me this truth according to the Bible. Double honors to the elders. They are worthy of double honors. Some of these men have been laboring 30 plus years, bringing out the truth. Many people ignore, many people scoff, many people in this disbelief. They put their noses in the air. They stomp their ears like the deaf adder. But these are all plagues that are happening in the world. Men has been prophesying these things for a long time, but the people have no regard. They disregard it. They don't care. I want to thank the Most High Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI for giving me the inspiration, put the Spirit upon me to do this lesson. This lesson is inspired by the what is happening right now in Hawaii. Okay, so there's been a lot of information being come out since the last week or so. Every day new information is coming out. Some of it is facts, some of it is speculation, but no stone will be left uncovered. It's all prophecies. Okay, Book of 2nd Esdras 8 verse 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world. Just recently did a lesson about Game 7, 20 seconds left on the clock. We are in those times, people. Don't know how much more and how many other ways I can say it, but we're in those times. Many great plagues, the pestilence, the famine, the fire, the destruction, the wars, the rumors of wars. Yes, we're in game 7. We're in that time. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world. Why? Because they have walked in great pride. Hawaii is a tropical destination. The average Joe can't afford to do a vacation in Hawaii. Or if they do, they gotta save up a good penny just to have that luxury vacation. Many of the elites of this world, many celebrities in this world, they have properties in Hawaii. They have investments in Hawaii because Hawaii is one of those. It's a state of America. It's the 50th state of America, and yes, America pretty much colonized. Not pretty much colonized. Let's go into the history here for 1 second, sorry, of Hawaii, just to give you a little indication. Hawaii came under the control of the U.S. through a series of events. In January 1893, a revolutionary committee of safety. See, the Bible says that's first, then they say peace, and then comes sudden destruction. Okay, so a committee of safety stage a coup against Queen Liliuokalani. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but anyways, with the tacit support of the United States. In July 1898, the United States Congress passed the New Lands Resolution authorizing the United States annexation of the Republic of Hawaii, and 5 weeks later, on August 12th, Hawaii became a U.S. territory. Isn't that what they do? They covet lands by deceit and by violence. That's how these places become. Then they name them whatever they want to name them, right? After their names. They all colonize these places. So this is what they do. This is I just read it to you right there, the article. This is what the thief comes to do. You know, he comes to steal, rob, and destroy. Book of Revelations. Let's go to 18th chapter, 8th verse. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning. Isn't this what's happening right now? A lot of these people went to bed. They had plans for the next day, whatnot. Many of these people never made it out alive. Many of these people will never be accounted for because a lot of them jump into the water to avoid the fire. You know, they jump in the water to avoid the fire, and a lot of them couldn't even swim. So many of them end up dying, right? So therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. When it refers to she, this is Revelation 18 chapter. It's prophesied against Mount Seir, modern day Babylon, America. Okay, just so you get understanding. And she shall be utterly burned with fire, for strong is the Lord power who judges her. For all the wickedness that this land was created to do, and all the nations that they conquer, and all the people that was slain, right? This is America's being judged. Yes, this is all biblical prophecy. You're seeing the prophecies, you're seeing the articles, you're seeing the news, and I'm just basically reading, being a mouthpiece for the Lord, right? Preaching His word, what we're supposed to do. This is what happens. And the kings of the earth, verse 9, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived delicately with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. Isn't that what we're seeing right now? Right? Isn't that what we're seeing right now? Look at that. This is America. America is a first world country.
3 houses. Get back here. Let's get back.
This is America, first world country. Now look at this, okay? I'm gonna be jumping around a bit today, so bear with me. Hope so far this lesson will be edifying and straight to the point. Okay, so look at this, okay? Let's go to okay. So now this is from the Hal Turner News. Desperate residents are looting businesses and robbing people at gunpoint. This is This is Maui local say. This is when you're going to know the true nature of man. This is when you're going to know the true nature of man. Let's go down to some stuff here. Desperate survivors of Lahaina, Hawaii fires are looting and robbing people at gunpoint. Yes, you read that correctly. This is America. The previous administration of America, Donald Trump, he says, yes, Africa and those places are shithole countries. This is America. This is a first world nation. And you're seeing the carnage. Look at that image. Burning down to the foundation. Right? Desperate survivors of Lahaina, Hawaii fires are looting and robbing people at gunpoint as they wait for food and shelter. This is America. In the aftermath of the Maui wildfires, Hawaiian locals say, there is some police presence. There's some small military presence. But at night, people are being robbed at gunpoint. Co-owner of the Lahaina's bar called the Dirty Monkey, Matt Robb told Business Insiders. Jump to the precepts here. 2 Ezra 15, verse 1. Start with verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord power, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. This is all spirit of prophecy right now, right? This is the Bible. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee, right? For all the people are coming up towards the men of the Lord, all the non-believers. Many people come against the prophets for teaching the truth. All the incredulity, which is simply unbelief. People can't believe this. They don't want to believe this. They like their sweet paradise, right? This is what I've said in many lessons. All your riches will come to naught, because riches profiteth not in the day of wrath. And this is the day of wrath, day of destruction. A lot of these people have lost it all. They've lost their businesses. They lost their house. They lost everything. Okay? It says, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Verse 5, behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world. See, all these things, fire, famine, sword, destruction, these are all plagues. The sword, famine, death, and destruction. Isn't that what you're seeing right before your eyes here? Okay, so people are raped and pillaged. I mean, they're going through houses, and by day it's hunky-dory. So where's the support? I don't think our government and our leaders at this point know how to handle the situation. Okay, let's go down to verse 6. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. For all the wickedness these people have done, this is their judgment as well. This is their judgment. You know, the Lord is not happy, right? Therefore, thus say the Lord, verse 8, I will hold my tongue no more, touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and the righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. Right? This is the book of the Apocrypha, 2 Ezra. Okay, let's go down to now. Okay, so now it says verse 14. Drop to verse 14. Woe to the world and to them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another with swords in their hands. Let's go back to this article here. Desperate residents are looting businesses and robbing people at gunpoint. Today, the modern day sword is these weapons of destruction: guns, bombs, grenades, drones, nuclear missiles, all those things. That is the modern day sword. Okay? The guy says during the day, the officers are there and some military presence, right? Verse 16, for they shall be sedition amongst men, invading one another. Okay? And this is what they're doing. These people are all neighbors. A few weeks ago, they were all cleaning their boats and cleaning their Ferraris, waving at each other, and having small talk about their investments and whatnot, and their jobs and whatever, their children going off to universities in different parts of the world, whatnot. They were talking about these things, right? But now you're seeing the true countenance of man, the true nature of man. Desperate times call for desperate measures, okay? For there shall be sedition amongst men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. Did they not say that the government don't know how to handle the situation? He says, I don't think our government and our leaders at this point know how to handle the situation. So now these people are taking matters in their own hands. They're waiting for supplies, food, water, shelter, diapers, the basic necessities, right? And this is what's happened. For they shall be sedition amongst men, invading one another. They shall not regard their king nor princes, and in the course of their power, of their actions, shall stand in their power. These guys are taking matters in their own hands. People are afraid. Go down further here, okay? Mentioned earlier. You see, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Right? You got the police roadblocks, you got the military roadblocks. People are robbing, people are stealing, people are doing all these things. So these people are afraid. You continue to read the article. Residents spoke to a local news outlet and as they await rescue crews to deliver food, water, diapers, and other necessities. Many who lost everything are growing desperate. That's the point I want to make here. Okay, let's jump down. Another Lahania resident, Barrett Procell, told the news station he and his wife are now homeless and wearing donated clothes. He never thought he would be in that situation. This man had everything. He said he lost everything. Now he's wearing secondhand clothes donated by some stranger, right? He said he understands the desperate measures some Lahania survivors are taking. When your children are starving and almost burning to death, and the police won't let people to drive in to give you necessities, you may turn into desperate measures. That's what I said earlier. Desperate calls for desperate measures. It is unfortunate. People are turning to looting right now, but it's about helping them and not villainizing them, he says. Okay, so let's go to 1 second here. Stop it right here for a second. And let's go to precept. This is 2 Ezra 15 verse 19. This is a very strong. You pay attention. Verse 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. Okay, as I just mentioned, these guys at one point were cleaning their boats and their Ferraris, and they're having small talk next door, watering their lawn, wasting water and whatnot. Their grass is bright and green, and their paradise home it's immaculate. Now it's all rubble and stubble, right? A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. He shall destroy their houses with the sword. Isn't that what's happening? People are being robbed, steal, looted, raped, pillaged, and spoil their goods. Spoil simply means to rob, right? Why are they doing this stuff? Because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. This is all part of the tribulation, right? Lack of bread simply means lack of food. When you deprive a person of food, you will see their true nature. They will do things that they're not accustomed to be doing it, but you will see their true nature. You will see that creature, that beast-like state. People get desperate, right? We'll finish off here one thing. An Oregon resident who flew in to provide aid to residents was robbed at gunpoint as soon as his arrival. So a man is coming from Portland, Oregon, and once he arrived, he was robbed of his necessities for whoever it was intended for. He didn't get to go to the desired place. So this is what is happening right now. Okay, it is terrible, but it is what it is, right? This nation has not been judged yet. The Lord is reserving the judgment for the last, but they're starting to. You see, this great city is starting to crumble. This is a first world nation, people. They pride themselves on these things. Like I said, Hawaii and all these places, they're colonized by America. These lands were taken by violence. They were they had their own way of living before, but America seems fit to do it their way, right? when the way they did it, they covered the fields by violence. The book of Micah, chapter 2, verse 2. Actually, you know what? Let me go up because this is a little bit interesting as well, because there's a lot of things with this. I'll start with verse 1. Micah 2, verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. Okay? When the morning is light, they practice it because it's in the power of their hands. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. I don't think that really hit home for some people. This is America. Hawaii was colonized. I read the article earlier. Woe to them that devise iniquity. Right? Woe means destruction. Iniquity is sin upon sin. They work evil upon their beds with all these thoughts behind the room, all these sinister plans they come up with in their secret councils. When the morning is light, they practice it. They put into legislations and all these unrighteous decrees. Because why? It's in the power of their hand. These are the so-called elites, the rulers and the kings of this earth. They do a lot of wickedness in secret council. Who can see us, right? And they covet fields. That is what happens. Hawaii was colonized and became an American state. They covet fields and take them by violence. You either gonna listen to them, join them, or they're gonna take over by violence. And houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. That is what you're seeing today. Okay? So, in some cases, the remnants of some of the people of Hawaii, they're showing videos of trees that are burning from the inside out, and you're seeing all these other weird scenarios, right? You see that in the video that the plane, it first flew over, and when it flew over, it was distributing some pinkish powder. I'm gonna play a little audio here. I don't have the actual. Well, I do. Can play the audio here just so you take a listen to some of the stuff that's going on. Okay, just so you have to get better understand. Listen. Bear with me. 1 second here. Just had it loaded, but I'll bring it back up. Give me 1 second here. Just gonna find it now. Okay, let's go.
So today we're going to give a little update on the Hawaiian fires. Now I want you to look at this footage, and this really doesn't look like a fire to me. It looks like something almost exploded or something went off. Now what's interesting is certain things are still standing while other things are not. Now the governor did say this is climate change doing this. Interesting. What they don't talk about is in January how they had in Maui a smart city conference to turn Maui into an entire smart island, changing everything to electric, renewables, solar panels, and pushing everybody into electric vehicles. 15-minute smart cities. So now what's also interesting is next month in September, Hawaii is hosting the Digital Government Summit utilizing AI to govern the island. It's almost like they're resetting something to start rebuilding for this in which they're trying to push. Now when we look at all the climate change narrative that they're going to try to push, but they're not going to talk about the Weather Modification Act of 1976. I highly recommend everybody look into this act, because who is involved in the weather modification activities? Department of Agriculture, Department of Defense, Department of Interior, EPA, and NASA. So if they're modifying the weather, then could they have caused this event? So if we see that the Department of Defense and other factions are responsible for modifying the weather, well then if we look at direct energy weapons, we can maybe see how this could all relate to this event. So today we're going to give a little update.
So you see a little bit of, you hear a little bit of the audio right now. So a lot of information is out there that reports people have on video that they see these laser beams that are shoot down from the sky, and they're doing these things. Esau has a lot of tricks up his sleeve. He has a lot of technology to do a lot of these false flags and to create a lot of stuff. So a lot of residents out there, they have these laser beams that are basically beaming down to the earth and then destroying a lot of these homes. And this is what we're seeing right now. This is why this is this is a company called Lockheed Martin. They make it says the Maui Lahaina wildfire has all the air marks of a direct energy attack weapon. And this is what people are saying. I'm not going to play these videos because I don't, this is straightly from the that brand as well, but you can go into and take a look for yourself. And this is what you're seeing right now, is that Esau always have a plan. It's always always some type of incentive behind it for themselves, right? It's always a false balance. Psalms 137 verse 7. Rest in the Lord and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his way. See, all these guys are doing it for their own beneficial. You see, they're trying to create all these 15-minute cities. They're trying to have the land. A lot of the residents of Hawaii, they were not able to, you know, there was reports out there that people were trying to, they wanted to buy the land. And shortly after the devastation, they're not even trying to help these people. They're coming up to them with all the, trying to buy their real estate. Let me just finish off that sentence and I'll go to something. Just taught me something. Rest in the Lord and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him who will prosper us in his way, because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass. Isn't that what it is right now? It's a wicked device. And that's what they're using to, you know, fulfill their enterprises by destroying the places. I want to find a video here to show you.
When we arrive.
Saw it earlier. Oh, of course, I can't find it.
When we arrive.
Probably took this thing. Okay, but here's another one just to show you something. Okay, just take a look at this. You can read it. It says locals in Maui were refusing to sell their land to the elites. Now look at some of these names just so you have an idea. The part of the island mainly destroyed by the fires was prime area right next to the lavish mega mansions these celebrities are. Now, a lot of those locals are forced to sell their land, and many tragically died in the flames. You see, Oprah Winfrey has a luxury mansion in Maui. It was completely fine. Her luxury mansion was untouched. All have blood on their hands. Jeff Bezos' luxury mansion in Maui, it was completely fine. Lady Gaga, Bill Gates, Morgan Freeman, Will Smith, Julia Roberts, and the list goes on. All these celebrities have these mansions, and none of them were touched. But it just tells you. And then shortly thereafter, these people were agents were coming to buy their lands. Now the people are desperate. What do you think they're gonna do? They're gonna sell, right? Because they're desperate. They don't have anything. I want to find the video here. It's actually pretty good. I don't know if they still have it on, but it will teach you a little bit. It will show you a great insight of what's happened here as well. Let me see if I can find it. Knowing them to put it down, this local resident, she put some really good information. Let's see some for a second. Bear with me for 1 second.
Absolute
People. They're out.
Of course they took it down. There's no anything that exposes these.
But a little bit of breaking news reaching us from the island.
Can't even fathom that, like, right on the other side of that wall.
Anyways, I can't find it, and I'm not gonna bore you going through all these details. But it was a very good information where one of the local ladies there, she was saying that while their place was still on fire, while the place was still burning, real estate agents were approaching them, not offering food, not offering water, not offering basic necessities, not showing the compassion of humanitarian efforts, but they were asking about selling their properties, being forced to sell. And you see these people have other plans. They're showing you that all these things that they have, they work so hard for this stuff, but the people don't care because why? This is all part of coveting land by violence, you know? So this is it was just a quick lesson. I hope you've been edified. There's a bit more I can go on with, but you got the point. And until the next time, I say Shalom. Lord's willing, Abaratasas, that I will do another lesson hopefully later on this evening. If I have the time, Lord's willing, and the Lord continue to put the Spirit upon me. Shalom, Israel. Hope you've been edified.